What's happening, guys? John and Brad here with Best Price Nutrition. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Arez Titanium Pre-Workout. Before we get into that, be sure to check us out at BestPriceNutrition.com. Follow us on all social media channels, and also sign up for our email and VIP SMS club. We do a lot of special sales and new product releases that you can only find out about there. And we've rolled out some interesting new products recently. And have a few more on the way, so be sure to check us out there. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Arez pre-workout. Brad's going to run us through the supplement facts here in a minute. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this. Been seeing it around a lot, so I was excited to see that we got this in. And before you kind of get in and kind of do a deep dive into the ingredients, we have some interesting stuff in here. So yeah, we got the caffeine, we got DMHA. I'm a big fan of Area Durensis, which kind of gives you that euphoric feeling in your pre-workout. I find it to be really good for motivation. And we also got a standalone Area Durensis from Serious Nutrition Solutions. So something we've been seeing a lot of people doing here in the store is picking that one up to stack on top of whatever pre-workout they're taking if it doesn't already have it. And then we also have, I'm a big fan of Yohimbine. So we got a pretty decent dose of Yohimbine in here. And just one other interesting thing, I like when brands are doing the 1 versus 2 scoop. So on hard days you can take the 2 scoops, and other days you can take the 1 scoop. What's this formula looking like, Brad?
Yeah, so is it Ares?
You know what? I always say Area Durensis.
No, I meant this.
Oh,
is it supposed to be? I thought it was supposed to be Ares, like the god.
Oh, that could be.
I don't know. That's what I always said. But you said it, I was like, oh man, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Before we do that, what flavors do we have?
So we got a tropical wave. The one that looked interesting to me was the slime, which I think is the newest flavor.
Mango melon splash, and then dragon punch. Yeah, the slime does sound good.
And is titanium like a special edition off of the regular?
Yes, because you know what, I want to say, when I worked at Mokina, this was like years ago, I got a tub of this sent to me, but it wasn't titanium, and it was under a different brand name.
Okay.
So I think Arez got bought out, maybe, and then they added titanium or something, because this doesn't look like the normal tub I got a few years ago.
Okay, yeah, because I remember seeing some different ones before.
Yeah. So as far as the formula goes, I'm going to go off of the 2 scoop formula, because a lot of times that's where you get like the full efficacious doses of everything. So at 2 scoops, you get 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, 3 grams of L-citrulline, 2 grams of creatine monohydrate, which you don't really see that much anymore in pre-workouts, a half gram of agmatine, 350 caffeine. You get 250 choline bitartrate, which is a little nootropic, a little mental boost. Beta phenethylamine, 200 milligrams, that's PEA. It's a very short-acting stimulant. It's very strong, but it's short-acting. But I'm going to jump down now to hordenine at 10 milligrams. PEA and hordenine go together because hordenine has something that blocks the enzyme that breaks down PEA. So hordenine makes PEA, beta phenethylamine, last longer. Juglans regia at 175 milligrams, which is the natural version of DMHA. We've got 30 milligrams of Synephrine, which is a pretty strong stimulant on its own. It's kind of rare nowadays, but it is really strong, and it does put a nice boost on any pre-workout. And then you got 2.5 milligrams of alpha Yohimbine, which could be too much for some people. Usually, you need such a small amount of it to work that every half milligram you go up is actually a pretty big amount. But that's a good fat-burning ingredient. You're going to sweat like crazy on that. All in all, this is a really solid pre-workout. I like the fact that it has creatine. I like the Synephrine, the PEA, the Juglans regia. It seems like this is going to be a very euphoric pre-workout.
Now let me ask you, so I don't know if this is something we've touched on in videos. Talk a little bit about creatine in pre-workouts. I just had a guy in the store the other day, and it seems like some people love it, other people don't. This guy was buying it for his wife, and he specifically said she didn't want creatine in her pre-workout, but why might somebody want or not want creatine in a pre-workout?
So not wants, I think, might be people kind of misinformed. I think people associate stomach bloating with water when they hear creatine. That's really not the case. Some people may have gastrointestinal distress, but creatine in and of itself just isn't going to make your stomach bloat. It's going to make your muscle bellies bloat up with water, which is kind of what people want, but it's not just going to give you like the stomach bloat that people think.
And the other thing I noticed is most of the pre-workouts that do have creatine, it's not even a full dose, right? Like a full dose is 5 grams versus this one, and most others will have 1.5 grams, 2 grams.
Yeah. I think the fact that it's a probably pretty cheap ingredient, you could throw it in there. It's nice to have it in there. I don't think it should deter anyone unless you specifically know that creatine just doesn't work for you the way you want it to. But It's not bad, but to get the full dose, like you said, you need 5 grams a day. So you'd have to at least take this every day, plus some creatine to get a full dose. I think it's just a nice add-in. I don't think it's really anything detrimental. Some people see it as a draw, some people see it as a push away. I don't think it should be a push away, but it's also not like a huge draw. It's just like a nice thing to have in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the 350 caffeine plus the DMHA, this is definitely gonna be on the stronger side. So if you're like, okay, I'm using C4 or I'm using condensed by PS Labs and I want to step it up, this is probably too far of a step up. This is for someone who's already been using pre-workout for a while.
You know, I always like to kind of measure everything against convicts. So if we look at convicts, got 225 of the DMHA. This is 175. So this is, like you said, going to be a good amount of energy, but probably won't be too much or over the top for most people.
Yeah, exactly. And the DMHA isn't even really like, it's not all tweaky like DMAA was. It's a lot smoother, in my opinion. It doesn't bring you up as high. It lasts a long time, and it gives you good focus. It's not such a crazy stimulant. But the urea genesis is what gives you that euphoric boost. So altogether, this should be a really good, well-rounded pre-workout. And I think this is the first thing we've gotten from MHN, which is maximum human nutrition, something like that.
Yeah, I've always kind of known them by the name of the product more so than the brand name.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
We'll have to see if they have anything else kind of interesting worth bringing in here.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Arez, whatever you want to call it, titanium. We have it on our sites. We've already sold a few units of the amount that we got in. We put it up like a few days ago. So it's probably going to go pretty quick since we've had a lot of requests for this product. So if you want it, definitely check it out and grab it sooner rather than later.
And as always, if there are any new products, any new brands on the market you'd like to see us carry, this one came in, again, from viewer suggestions. So let us know what else you'd like to see, and Brad here will see what he can do about getting it in here.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.